So hello and welcome back to my channel. If you do not know, my name is Ollie and today's video is my first time. This was like a bigger trend I think than what it is now, like a while ago back in like old day YouTube, but still see people doing it and I was like, you know what, let's do this. I imagined a lot of people would go for the same first time. If you know, you know, but I haven't actually checked yet, so I put on my Instagram story like a questiony box thing saying like send me my first times you want to hear about, and I'm gonna sit here now, go through them, explain them, discuss them, and whatever else needs to be done. So that's the video. It's very simple. It's just me sitting here answering your my first time scenarios, situations. You know what it is, you're not silly. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Let's go on to the Instagram. The first one is being on a plane. Do I remember my first time on a plane? Well, what's my first memory of being on a plane? One memory which sticks in my head, this isn't my first time being on a plane, but one memory that I do have that's the earliest one I can think of. The memory is so simple and boring, but it was my family when we go on planes, we always buy those tins of like sweets. I'm sure you know what I mean. They're always like fruity flavour. They've all got like icing sugar on or flour or something. Trust me, you will know what I mean. They're like sucky, cough sweet kind of vibe things. I remember asking my mum for one of them to suck on whilst the plane went up so my ears didn't pop. I remember like eating each one, and then by the time we were in the air, like the point you needed it, I had already eaten them all and my ears had popped. But that's my earliest memory. It's a very boring memory. I don't know why I remember that. That's the first time I remember being on a plane, but it's not the first time I was on a plane. The next one is you questioned your sexuality. Oh, actually, I kind of do remember. I think this is very early on, and I remember this happening in year 4. I remember it was in year 4 because I remember the classroom I said it to my friend in, but I don't think I knew what it meant, obviously, but I remember saying, I can't remember the exact sentence, but you know how there's like tomboys? I don't know if they're a thing anymore, but like when I was in school, there was things like a tomboy, or a girl would act like a boy. I remember saying to my friend, oh, I think I could be a tom girl. Obviously, I didn't know what that meant and whatever, and I can't remember what they said. Exact memory sticks in my mind because I remember the night before planning on telling my friend that I think I'm a tom girl. I think in a sense, if you like unraveled that, is me questioning my sexuality or something. I mean, I don't know, because like, that's not to say about like, I don't feel like my gender, like I do feel like a boy, like I am a boy, but like, I don't know if that was me questioning my sexuality and who I am in terms of like feeling different. I don't know, year 4 is very young, so I don't know if that's, I don't really know. I think that kind of alluded to what was to come. But then in year 6, I remember having like a crush on a boy in my year and being like, this is new. I think they're probably the earliest memories of me questioning my sexuality, but I don't feel like I ever questioned it as much as I kind of was like, ah, this is who I am now. The next one is first time you got hate. I'm going to assume you mean like online hate and not just like an argument with a friend and they send a nasty message. Oh, I remember the first time it stands out. It was on TikTok. This is how stupid this is. So there's like an audio of all of Harry Styles' album, his first album, Harry Styles, and you had to like basically put an order from your favourite to least favourite song. So I participated in that like trend kind of vibe because obviously I'm a big Harry Styles fan. I love him, you guys know that. So I put the album in my preference favourite to least favourite order. Fandom did not agree with my order. They weren't rude and they weren't hateful, but like the comments were angry. Like, I don't think I got many personal ones. I mean, I think some people said like I'm an idiot or they've got no taste, but as far as hate goes, I'm actually very lucky and like grateful that I've never received like homophobic hate, how I look hate, how I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never really received hate. I've had like the odd stupid comment like that, those Harry Styles ones, but. So the next one is my first job ever. I was a like shop assistant with my best friend. I was 12 years old. Me and my there's like a corner shop in like the village where I live, and me and my best friend like went there when we were like 12 or 11, I think. We were like, hi, have you got any like jobs going? Obviously like, that's like year 7. We thought we were like dead mature, dead grown up, going to get a job. Okay, when I tell you I was scammed. So me and my best friend worked in this corner shop, stacking shelves, cleaning fridges, putting like orders away, shop maintenance kind of thing. Like, we worked Monday to Saturday, every day after school, and then for like 5 hours on a Saturday in this corner shop. That was like 2 hours after school each night, and then like 4 or 5 hours on Saturday. We only had Sunday off. Do you know how much we got paid? £2.50 we got paid for 6 days of work. However many hours that is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14 hours work. We got paid £2.50. £2.50. Sorry, not okay. But I got a raise to £5. My friend didn't, awkward. And then when I eventually got a raise at £7.50 a week. Yeah, by the way, this is a week. So £2.50 a week, £5 a week, £7.50 a week. So that was my first job. It was a shop assistant and it was very poorly paid, and I don't recommend that to anyone. The next one is the first time you got drunk. This story is one of them stories which gets told all the time amongst a family. Do you remember, like, all your family gets together and it's like, oh my god, do you remember when you did this? This is that story which gets told always, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to live this one down. Before I get into this story, I do not promote underage drinking. Drink responsibly, drink safely, like, and like, don't do it until it's legal. I was sat at the wedding meal thing reception, and I hadn't drank a lot, so my tolerance was 0. And I remember being like very drunk, and at this point, like, my entire family was there, and at this point I had only come out to my immediate family and my grandparents, I think. Basically not a lot of my family knew at this point, just because I was still getting used to people knowing, kind of thing. I wasn't ready. Drunk Ollie, however, had different plans. So when I was drunk, I remember telling everybody, even people I didn't know, okay, I remember going to everyone, but I don't remember, people have told me this happened, telling them that I was gay, and that when I have a wedding, I won't be like this, because mine will be with another man. And I think my parents were like, okay, maybe let's go to bed, and I think I was like, no, you can't make me go to bed. I remember like dragging my great grandma, who at the time was like 85, and she was like an old lady, and I dragged her to a dance floor, made a dance. Poor bless Barbara's heart, she was not at the age and the capability of being able to like bust a move on the dance floor. I remember going to the toilet and having to like, and then jumping straight back into the action, continuing spreading my coming out news to everyone and anyone who would listen. Honestly, that's the first memory I had being drunk, and it was embarrassing, and I was so mortified the next day when I had to re-see everyone, and I was like, hi, yeah, that's me. The gay one who told everyone. Like, everyone finds it hilarious, and everyone was like, at least we now know. Like, so everyone was really good, but that was the first memory I have been drunk. Very embarrassing. So one which was asked a lot, unsurprisingly, unshockingly, whatever, is first time I had sex. That was with George. I think I've said this before, but I was 16 with George. I'd always known in my heart that I wanted to wait and like be like with someone who like I loved and like cared about and whatever, and I don't know what to say else about that. That's why I always say, like, just wait, like, don't rush into sex, don't rush into anything, like, sexual or anything if you're not ready, or if it's not the person you want it to be with, because I know if I had just slept with, like one of my exes or someone who I was just talking to for the sake of it, when I wasn't ready, I knew that now I would regret that. But yeah. So, when I was 16 with George, so when I said the first time I came out, and that was, first time I actually came out was to my first ever boyfriend at the time, obviously, and I had to come out to him to understand what was going on. So he was the first person I ever came out to, but gross. So let's move on to the second person, we'll count that one as the first. The first one was my best friend at the time, who I'm still very close to now, and we talk all the time, but I told her that I was gay. Actually, the first time I told her, I came out to her twice actually. I came out to her one at a sleepover, but as soon as I said a word, I got too scared, and I got like some like candy floss or a cake or something, and I just shoved it in her face because I got so scared. Like I said to her like, oh, I'm gay, or oh, I'm dating blank. I remember saying one of those two sentences, and then as soon as I said it, I was like, no, I wasn't ready, and I like slammed food into her face, and then I was like, haha, pranked you, kind of thing. And she mustn't have believed it, but like she was so good to be like, haha, got me, sure, whatever. But then I came out to her again, and she was like, yeah, I kind of knew. After that, it was my family after that. So the final one, which I'm going to answer, which I quite like this one because, I don't know, it's quite cute, but it is the first time you knew George was the one. Every time I think about this, I'm literally like, he's actually like so sweet. I feel like I'm simping. Why am I simping so hard right now? I remember having like the first thoughts that George could be the one. This was quite early on. I can't remember exactly how early on, but it was early on. At the time, I was suffering with quite a few different mental health illnesses, and I was going through some stuff, and I confided in George, and I told him everything, and I told him like the different mental health issues that was going on. This was like a late night chat, you know, when you're up late and you're talking. I remember going to sleep and waking up the next morning with like screenshots, essays, and like notes and questions and stuff that George had like spent his night doing of each individual mental health illness, trying to understand each one, how to like help someone with each one, how to overcome each one, different types of each one, which one have you got on this one, so I know how to do that. And I just thought like some people would listen to that and be like, oh, that's really sad, and then they'd just kind of like move on. Obviously people don't like when other people have stuff going on, because like sometimes people don't know how to react to things, some people don't really know what it is or understand mental health. When I woke up to those like message from George, I was such like, that is so thoughtful and caring. Like I've never met someone so caring and thoughtful than that. I felt like obviously mental health is so big and like scary, so for someone who wasn't going through mental health issues like I was, to put in that care and effort and like try and understand as much as possible about what I was going through, I was just like, wow, the bar has just been raised by any other human in the world. Because like I just felt very like special in that moment, and like that he cared and that like he wanted to help and understand. And I think that was definitely the moment where I was literally like, he's a special boy, this one. He is a very good boy. That's the first moment I remember thinking George could be the one. On that note, I'm gonna leave it there. There were a lot more. A lot of them were a bit like, Then a lot of them were like, a lot of you asked about planes and cars and vehicles. So if you do want a part 2 of this, there's enough in there alone to do a part 2. So if you want a part 2, let me know. Smash a like button, leave a comment, whatever. Let me know if you want a part 2 and I will do so. But for now, thank you very, very much for watching and I will see you very soon with another video. Thank you.